So allow me to introduce myself. I am, in fact, the world's most interesting man.
Don't you get it, man?
Welcome to a new episode of True Be Talking. I am your host, True. And in this episode, I got to talk about my predictions from the Last Crescendo. Yo, gotta get the results from my predictions from the fight this past weekend. Man, wasn't great. It was not so great. There were 6 fights on this undercard, on the main card. I made predictions for 4 of the fights, and I did not do so great. Demetrius, if you put that image up for me, man, yeah. You can see I went 1-3, man. 1-3 for my predictions. So let's get into it. I just want to talk about those a little bit, where I feel like I went wrong and where I see, going forward. First fight I want to talk about, of course, get my one correct prediction out the way. Shakur Stevenson versus Josh Padley. Knew either way, whether he would have still fought Floyd Schofield or Josh Padley, I still had him winning that fight. I had him winning by unanimous decision, not by a knockout. With Josh Padley, of course, he got the knockout. That was cool to see, and of course, that was my only right prediction. My first failed prediction I want to talk about is just the easiest one to explain. Joseph Parker versus Martin Bakole. Martin Bakole was a last minute substitute as well. When I first made my prediction on this fight, when it was Daniel Dubois versus Joseph Parker, I picked Joseph Parker to win that fight. When it switched out to Martin Bakole, for some reason, I did not think of the fact that Martin Bakole is not ready to fight. He hasn't been training. He's not in fighting shape. He came in at 318. Homie was fresh off a buffet. But Maz wasn't ready to fight at all. He came and got that bag though. But of course, Joseph Parker won that fight with a knockout. And I just gotta say, the thing I did wrong there was just pick the unready fighter. The next fight, of course, Israel Madrimov versus Virgil Ortiz. This fight I want to talk a little more about. First of all, I picked Israel Madrimov to win this fight, mainly based off of how he challenged Bud Crawford when they fought. Also based off of Virgil Ortiz Jr. versus Serhii Boychuk. Boychuk gave him a really tough fight. I had some guys talking to me about Virgil Ortiz because I said that I felt Serhii Boychuk won that fight against Virgil Ortiz Jr. when they fought. I went back and rewatched the fight. I actually kept my scorecard this time. With keeping my scorecard, I ended up giving Virgil Ortiz Jr. the 11th and 12th rounds. Those rounds were really, really close. But I gave Virgil Ortiz Jr. those rounds, and I ended up with a scorecard of 7 rounds to 5 for Virgil. But like I said, that was a really close fight. It literally could have went either way, and it may have actually even been a draw. Watching him in that fight, it made me think that maybe he wasn't ready for competition like Israel Madrimov. Like maybe Madrimov could get in there and frustrate him. And once he's frustrated, he starts to, you can see it. Because that's basically what happened in the Boychuk fight. He came in, he was swinging for the fences. So he was trying to get Boychuk out of there early. But Boychuk didn't go away. He got frustrated. He was tired. And that's kind of what made going down to the end of that fight, because Virgil Ortiz was winning the fight pretty much through their the first round goes to Boychuk because of the knockdown, but rounds 2 through 5, Ortiz, was controlling the fight. But then round 6 hit, you could see he started to tire out a little bit, and Boychuk jumped on that. But I figured that would translate over into this fight against Israel Madrimov, and that would give Madrimov the upper hand. That did not happen. Virgil Ortiz Jr. kicked Israel Madrimov's ass. Even though I picked wrong in this fight, it did show me something new from Virgil Ortiz Jr. This is just my second time watching him fight, but I like what I saw from the fight with Boychuk to this fight. He showed growth, he showed patience, he showed that he is a good fighter, that he's a really good boxer, and that he is really fucking dangerous. Take my word for that. Virgil Ortiz Jr. is really, really dangerous because, like I said, compared to that last fight, he was able to take his time, he was patient. Instead of swinging for the fences with every single punch, he figured out how to dole out his punishment to Madrimov. He walked him down. He knew he was gonna, see a lot of movement, which, Madrimov gave him a lot of movement, gave him a lot of different looks, and he was making the fight a little tough for him early on, but Ortiz kept his composure, stayed patient, waited for his shots, went to the body, because we all know that's how you slow down a guy that's moving a lot. He went to the body. He went to the head. He just kicked Israel Madrimov's ass all across that ring. Of course, Virgil Ortiz Jr. wants to fight Bud. I would love to see that fight. It's a dangerous fight for Bud too. Like that Ortiz Jr., if he's able to keep his composure in the ring like that, going forward and able to be patient with his power punches, there's not a lot of people that's, at least at 154, that's not going to be able to beat this guy. I also didn't realize he was that much bigger than Madrimov. Like when they got in the ring, I was like, yo. And mainly because Madrimov and Bud are like the same size. So if Ortiz Jr. is that much bigger than Madrimov, bro, and that's going into that Canelo Bud fight. I don't even want to talk about that shit right now. But yeah, like I didn't know he was that much bigger. But yeah, Ortiz Jr. whooped Madrimov's ass. And yeah, that was another fight I picked wrong. And then of course the main event, Dmitry Bivol ended up beating Artur Beterbiev, however you say it. I picked Beterbiev. I'm not mad with that pick because it was still a really good fight. I think he actually could have took Bivol out. I can't remember which round. It might have been around the 5th or 6th round. He hurt Bivol to the body because it was kind of early. It was like 4th or 5th round, something like that. Beterbiev, they switched roles this time. Beterbiev had control early on and then kind of lost it later, going on further into the fight. But early on, he had Bivol hurt to the body, like hurt really bad, and he stopped going to the body. He was doing this combination where he would come in and double jab Bivol. And instead of him going jab, jab, body, he just going jab, jab back to the head. And he was head hunting. Or he wasn't throwing it right at all, which I'm like, bro, you about to get him up out of here. Go ahead and finish the job. Go back to the body. See where you like, he's not gonna be able to handle too many more rib shots. Like, you know what I'm saying? Hitting him in the kidneys. He ain't gonna be able to handle that too much of that shit, bro. Or in the liver, rather. He wasn't gonna be able to take too many of those punches, but he didn't go back downstairs. And Bivol was able to recover. And Bivol showed that he had fight. And he fought his ass off. Like this is probably one of the best boxing matches I've ever seen. I don't want to say ever seen, but this was a really, really, really good fight. I really liked how Bivol fought back in this one. It did show that he is an elite boxer, that he is an elite fighter. And I mean, personally, I wouldn't mind seeing a trilogy. Let's see who really is the best, bro. Y'all 1-1 at this point. Who's the best for real? But I don't know if we're gonna get it or not. I would be happy to see it again. I think going into a third fight, if they do it, Beterbiev going to have to jump on when he has him hurt. Hey, you got to get him up out of here, bro. Bivol is serious. He's a great boxer. He's great at combinations. He's really tough. He's going to stick around and he's going to keep fighting. Also, he's younger than you. You know what I'm saying? He's younger than Beterbiev. So really great fight by Bivol. I ended up going 1-3 and that shit sucked. But, players fuck up too, man. But yeah, going forward this weekend, we got Gervonta Tank Davis versus Lamont Roach Jr. I'm gonna do a little research on Lamont Roach, and of course, be making my prediction for that fight. And I don't really know anything about the undercard yet. I'm gonna check that out too. But hey, let me know what you think, man. I came up bad on this one, but there's always the next one, right? Anyway, go ahead and get this shot out the way, bro. I'm gonna go with this clown because that Alchemist is it's a beast. I'm not ready to be drunk right now. Not even tipsy. I'm just giving me a little sip right here. Feel me?
You feeling? Would you miss me?
Anyway, love yourself, love each other, fuck the hate, drink some. Like that. Of course, remember to hit up SkylineRepublic.com/store. This is not a Skyline shirt, but still, hit up the website, get you some gear. This is your boy True McFadden. This has been True Be Talking, and I'm out.
Good and terrible.
In my room, sometimes I stare at the wall, thinking of ways to get paid. Man, ain't no feelings involved. I got no bitch on my mind. I got some stress on my chest. Shit, I got bills and some debt. Sometimes it's hard to feel blessed. I keep my mind on my goals and I keep my eyes on the prize. I keep a milk chocolate chick with big tits and thick thighs. One roll on the table and I got a glass full of Crown. I gave her vodka and gin. Now all I drink on is